Former Minister, let me acknowledge the Governor of the Central Bank. Let me acknowledge another stalwart in aviation, Kit Nascimento, Laurie London. Let me acknowledge Clifford Reese and all the CEOs. Minister Pauline Sokai, I want you to give her a big round of applause. This is a woman who has served the people of the hinterland. Remarkable dedication all her life. She is one of the champions of my cabinet. I also want to acknowledge a very strong person behind the success of the BK Group. And I'm not talking about the executive chairman. I'm speaking about Gloria Tiwari. I have known her for most of my adult life. And I know of her tremendous efforts and hard work. And I want to compliment you, the children, the son-in-law, and finally the executive director of BK Group of Company. Now, we had a very long program, and I am adequately advised that a long program is a reflection of the long menu after the program. So at least you know that there will be a long variety and variation of good Guyanese food after the program. I'm also advised that because of your endurance, you'll be getting some famous DJs, including one of my partner in DJ Anna, later. So put on your rubber knees and get ready for a very entertaining evening. Now, Brian Tiwari is a very smart businessman. Today, he decided to cut costs by ensuring he completed award ceremony, commissioning of 2 new aircraft, and also the celebration of his 12th anniversary all in one. So it's a smart business decision, and I compliment you on that. But you know, I want to recognize Eggy. Where is he? Now, when I took up office, I look at all the sectors and the people we have, and he was one of the first persons I called. And when I went to India, I called him and I called Jerry. And both of them were like, HAL? I then called Benji, who was here, and Ramjan. Because I believe that as president, you must first seek the best counsel around you, and then you must go reading for yourself. I'm fortunate to have, in any good marriage, you have to have a good partner. In the political marriage of our country, I'm fortunate to have one of the finest partners as Prime Minister, Brigadier, retired Mark Fitz. I can depend on him to read also. And I said to all the guys that night, let's go read and come back on this decision. And I'm very pleased that they read. I then said, let's visit, ask all the questions, and then let's make the decision. These, as Jerry always would say, these are the things the public would not see. There are hundreds of hours behind the scenes, studying, reading, analyzing, understanding, looking at the geopolitical weight of decisions. All of that went into making the decision that the HAL can operate here in Guyana. And I'm pleased that today, following the Guyana Defense Force, the commercial wing of our aviation sector has now embraced this decision. But I think HAL and India is now placed to the test. Because when I went into that room in India, I said to our people, and I said to HAL, and I said to the Prime Minister of India, we are not interested in buying an aircraft. We are demonstrating our confidence in buying, yes. But we want you to establish a commercial hub and a service hub for HAL here in Guyana. And now that you've seen the private sector in Guyana backing a policy decision, the ball is in your court. I heard the subtle off-spin by the finance director of HAL that you two have helicopters, choppers. I heard you because you're responding to what you heard about expansion into this service by BK. But you have to put skin in the game. You have seen our interests. You have seen that we were willing to walk this journey with you. HAL needs to establish firmly its footprint in Guyana for the Caribbean and South American market. You have to build a sector here. You have to join us here. We are not your marketers. We are your partners. And I see the Indian High Commissioner, and I say to him, this is your challenge too. We don't want to be a market that is only consuming and buying. We are a market positioning ourselves to be the best that we can be. And if we are going to take you on as a partner, you have a relationship and a responsibility to invest in this partnership. And that is why I'm impatient. I'm impatient with people who believe, and I want to say today, I had a meeting with members of the private sector. Yesterday, Clifford raised it with me, and I went straight today to the private sector. And I asked them about where their goods are originating from. Because I intend to address this issue. If we are not good enough for you to manufacture and produce your goods by investing in our economy, then we are not good enough to consume your goods too. We have given all the incentives for agro-processing. We have given all the incentives for manufacturing. There is nothing or no other economy in the region that offers more policy-based incentives for agro-processing than Guyana. It is time the region manufacturers bring that manufacturing here if they are going to continue to expand in this market. And I challenge Banks DIH. And I said to Clifford, you need to take up the mantle and build out the agro-processing and manufacturing hub for food and snacks. And I'm pleased that Banks DIH took up that challenge. And I'm partnering with the DR in a major way because the DR understands, they get it. And I said to President Aviation, we don't only want the sausage fresh and nice and well priced, we want it manufactured in Guyana. We cannot go forward without value creation and manufacturing in this country. And that is where our energy must be. And that is why this investment is critical. So it is a privilege to join all of you today for the commissioning of the newest addition to this fleet here at Jags. This ceremony is reflective of, to use the language of aviation, the continued ascent of Guyana's aviation sector. Jags Aviation is now a household name in Guyana and is associated with aviation services. It is a local company that I believe has the potential to become more than a local carrier. And indeed, I believe that our aviation players should come together to look towards developing a regional carrier because Guyana's ambitions now seem limitless. And this is, Governor London, this is where your years of expertise must come. We have to get the heads together and come up with a plan that is viable and sustainable. That is why the Ministry of Aviation has been established, with young, strong leadership also, backed by the experience of people like Eggy. We must not be a responsive market. We must be a market that is setting our own standards and setting the trajectory of aviation for the region. That is a market we must be interested in creating. Now we are aware of the source of this expansion here at Jags. We are also aware that true visionaries do not chart their course based solely on temporary headwinds. They keep their eyes fixed on the horizon. That has always been the hallmark of Brian Tiwari's leadership. His vision has never been confined to the short runway of immediate challenge. Instead, it has been guided by the long flight path of opportunity and growth. Brian understands that what many successful entrepreneurs understand, you do not build your future around short-term price fluctuations. You build it around long-term market fundamentals. Indeed, this commissioning ceremony is another chapter in a remarkable journey of growth for Jags Aviation. Just last November, I had the privilege of turning the sod for the company's new terminal facility in Bartica. Today, we are here once again to witness another significant investment. The message is unmistakable. BK is spreading his wings. Jags Aviation is taking flight. The company is climbing to higher altitudes, expanding its reach, increasing its capacity, and positioning itself for the opportunities that lie ahead. This growth reflects Brian's entrepreneurial prowess, his willingness to invest, and his confidence in Guyana's future. But it also reflects something larger. As Jags Aviation is soaring, Guyana too is rising. As the company expands its fleet, Guyana is expanding its horizons. And I compliment Brian, Kyle, the directors, Benji, and all the technical staff who are working tremendously hard in building and expanding this enterprise. One of the amazing things about Jags is the investment in its human capital. The only way a company can grow and reinvent itself is through investment in human capital. And the only way a company can innovate through creativity is through its ability to trust its managers, to trust decision-making, to infuse the company growth with new talent, new ideas. And this is something you can see here. The variation of experience and infusion of talent and ideas are the foundation upon which this company continues to grow. Now, we are a country of vast forests, mighty rivers, scattered communities, and immense distances. We are a nation where roads alone cannot bridge every divide. In such a landscape, aviation is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. It connects people to opportunities. It connects producers and businesses to markets. It connects families to essential services. It connects remote communities to the broader national economy. There was a time when local aviation was primarily associated with transporting miners and loggers to and from our vast hinterland. Those services remain important and continue to contribute significantly to our economy. But today, the profile of aviation in Guyana is changing. A new chapter is unfolding. More people are traveling throughout our hinterland than ever before. Visitors are arriving in increasing numbers. Investors are exploring opportunities across our regions. Tourists are seeking authentic experiences. They want to witness the majesty of Kaieteur Falls. They want to explore our pristine rainforests. They want to discover biodiversity. They want to experience the rich cultures and communities that make Guyana so unique. But more importantly, our policy agenda is to grant specific tax incentive for investment, especially in our hinterland region. That is why Region 9 would also be a mecca for agro-processing and manufacturing, deeply connected in northern Brazil. And that is why it is so important that the investment landscape realign itself privately and at a national scale to meet the new policy orientation of our country and our government. And I say today, I'm going to give a signal. And that signal is for us to find the right formula. The right formula to deliver a 30-year development plan for Guyana that all of us across every divide and landscape must embrace. And that 30-year development plan must be the basis upon which the political system operates. Today, we must ignite that flame. We must ignite that flame of what true national development will take. It will take compromise. It will take respect. It will take honor. It will take embracing the bigger picture and the larger picture and moving away from the pettiness and the narrow-mindedness. It will take the maturity of the mind, the brilliance of the vision, and most importantly, the ability to act. The ability to act decisively, the ability to act collectively, and the ability to embrace a future that I know is going to be unbelievable. This country is going to have an unbelievable future. Every citizen of this country will have that future. But it will not happen by accident. It is happening because of careful planning. It must happen because of the ability to sacrifice. Hard work, nothing can replace hard work. The essentials of success has never changed. The essentials of success remain. The ability to work and work hard. The ability to sacrifice and commit, regardless of how much money a country have, how much revenue is coming in. If we lose our ability to work hard, selflessly, and with deep commitment, we will never be able to enjoy the full potential of what we can be. The world is discovering a Guyana that is completely different. In the coming days, I'll be welcoming more than 4 international delegations, all interested not in oil and gas, but in investing in tourism, in investing in food production, investing in manufacturing, and investing in value creation. That did not happen by accident, but by a decisive understanding and a bold communication of the Guyana we want to build. I want to just, in a very brief way, speak about the 10-point plan for Guyana aviation sector. The first pillar of this plan is to transform Guyana into a regional aviation hub. This vision is to see Guyana position itself as a premier aviation gateway linking the Caribbean, South America, North America, and Africa. We'll do so through strategic investment in airport infrastructure, air traffic management system, expanded airline connectivity, drone technology, yes, drone technology. Guyana will strengthen its role as a regional transportation and logistics center. The second pillar is to construct new terminals and infrastructure that will position us as this hub. And we have already started that. Terminal 2 is a new state-of-the-art terminal that will be unmatched in this region. It will celebrate our heritage, our culture, our biodiversity, our ecosystem. It is not just a terminal. It is built as an experience. The design of Terminal 2 is to create not only a gateway and a passageway for passengers, it is experiencing something different. Every country that is worth its salt in modern day must be able to create experiences. It is one thing to host a major event, but when those who attend the event leave, they leave with the experience of what was offered. Today, a major regional tourism investor sent a text message to me. I'm reporting my arrival in your land. And I said to him, I await the best decision you will ever make by reporting your investment in the land you're landing. We are not market takers. Let me repeat that. If we build ourselves as market takers, we're always going to fight from behind. We have to build this country as a pacemaker in the market in this region. That is what we have to do. That is why I said recently, the time for working against each other is over. The miners, large, medium, and small, must come together to build a world-class mine here in Guyana that is owned by 100% Guyanese. We can't sit down and complain on a newspaper front page every day that foreign investors are coming, building the company, showing the worth of the company, and selling it the next day for greater money. That is how economies operate. That is how the global market operates. It is time to shut up and put up. This is the time for action. I'm impatient. This is not the time to complain every morning on a front page. This is the time to put every shoulder behind the wheel and create the ecosystem. You have a government that is ready to sit with you in a collective and help you to build this company. It makes no sense for 10 companies to send 10 trucks to let them with our local products when they can come together and create one logistics chain and send one long hauler with all the products. As a government, our duty is to ensure national scale survival. And national scale survival requires us to bring all the participants together. Our private sector must come together. We must fuse the private sector and go after larger scale opportunities. And if we wait too long, others will take the place. The possibility of the market of Haiti opening up, the possibility of the market of Cuba opening up, present immense opportunity if we are ahead of the curve. Are we willing to be ahead of the curve? Are we satisfied playing little hopscotch against each other? The scale of our country growth requires a different scale in the thinking of our people. It requires a different scale in the business strategy in each corporate boardroom so that we can apply our collective ambition for national development. The third aspect of the pillar is the development of new municipal airports. We will have the new gas to shore project in Berbice. That is why the Rose Hall Municipal Airport, the Lethem Municipal Airport, they are no longer dreams of the past, they are realities of the present. We are going to build these airports to enhance regional connectivity, move food, move people. The fourth priority is to modernize and expand hinterland airstrips. Susan already spoke about that. The fifth imperative of our plan is to strengthen ecotourism and to build and invest in tourism, and we are going to do that. The fifth aspect of the plan, the sixth aspect, is to establish a national aviation school, and we are already well on the way of having that aviation school. That will be the premier school for all of the region. The seventh aspect of the plan, and let me make it clear, in that school, we have to ensure Spanish is taught as a compulsory subject. Because when you look at the aviation sector, Eggy will tell you, if you are versatile in English and Spanish, your competitiveness increases twofold instantaneously. The seventh pillar is to upgrade air navigation and air traffic management, and we are embracing that with the latest technology. The eighth pillar is to ensure strengthened safety and regulatory oversight. And again, we're investing in our human resources. We're investing in the regulatory body. We're investing to ensure that our safety and regulatory ecosystem is second to none. The ninth pillar is digitization of aviation services and operation. With the inclusion of AI, we cannot build an aviation sector without the digitization, AI, and technology. We have to embrace these, and that is the ninth pillar. The 10th pillar concerns emergency response, and we are also strengthening our emergency response in aviation. The government will therefore enhance coordination between the Civil Aviation Authority, the Guyana Defence Force, and other emergency agencies to ensure a seamless command and response structure. When emergencies arise, investment will also be directed towards improving airstrip readiness, strengthening communication. You know, only recently we saw the benefit of the investment in Karasabay airstrip. Historically, when Karasabay was flooded the way it was flooded a few weeks ago, it will take sometime a month before you can go back in by flight. Flights were able to continue to land in Karasabay unimpeded because of the investment we made in that airstrip in Karasabay. And let me say, the Guyana Defence Force Aviation in the HAL has already benefited the Caribbean because we had a number of disaster-related flights using the HAL, helping our brothers and sisters in CARICOM. Positioning of Guyana. Together, these 10 priorities represent a bold flight path for Guyana's aviation sector. They're designed to connect communities, support tourism, facilitate trade, strengthen national integration, attract investment, and position Guyana as one of the most dynamic aviation markets in the region. The vision is clear: a modern aviation sector that allows Guyana not merely to participate in global growth, but to soar alongside it. That is why today's commissioning is significant. These aircraft will help move people and goods across our beautiful country. They will strengthen connectivity, they will support economic activity, and they will contribute to ensuring that development reaches every region and every community. To Brian Tiwari, to BK, to the management and staff of Jags Aviation, I congratulate you on this important investment. The HAL do not come to us just to buy the next aircraft. Come to us with a strategic plan of how you're going to establish firmly your footprint in Guyana for the Caribbean and South America. Thank you for your continued investment. Thank you for your confidence in Guyana. And thank you for helping to keep our nations connected, Jags, our economy moving, and our future ascending. May Jags Aviation continue to enjoy clear skies, strong tailwinds, and continued success in the years ahead. May God bless all of you, your families, and our beautiful country, Guyana. May God guide us into a path that is not only spiritually correct, but a path in which our nation can rise, and rise with confidence, rise with humility, rise with honor, rise with dignity, rise with purpose, rise above everything that seeks to suppress us, and rise knowing that our future is strongly positioned with our belief and our faith in God, our belief in God, and our understanding that with God, everything shall be possible. Thank you, and God bless all of you.